Hey Sagittarius, it's Amy. Thank you for joining me on the Intuition Mission for your weekly love reading, June 19th through the 26th. Sagittarius, Saggies. The energy I'm picking up on is someone who has recently gone through a breakup. Remember, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with anybody. Energies could be vice versa, so you'll have to figure out where you stand in this role. But the energies coming forth to me are very, very clear cut. When I was doing this pre-shuffle, it read like a full reading. Things just wanted to come out and come out and come out, and that's really because for you, Saggies, the wheel is really turning for you. I feel like this full moon in Sagittarius that we had starting this week was a big week for you. Like your harvests are coming in. Some people call it the strawberry moon because that was when the Native Americans knew to pick the rest of the strawberries off the ground, right? Things are coming to fruition in your life, and this wheel is like a snowball, right? Once it starts rolling and stuff, more things just add and keep coming with it as time goes by. So Sagittarius, you first of all came up as the Queen of Swords energy. You are balanced. You have a balanced head and heart space here, and you're looking to cut some toxic shit out of your life, okay? You were trapped in your own head space, and you're no longer trapped there anymore. You were blindfolded, and you weren't sure which decision you had to make in regards to ending or working through this relationship. Ultimately, Saggies, you have the Five of Wands energy here over this. This caused you so much internal conflict. You went back and forth on this decision for a really long time. You knew that if you stayed in this relationship, there was a great chance of you having your heart broken or already remaining broken. I feel for some of you, your heart was already broken, but you're such a loving person, Sag, that it doesn't bring you any delight to break somebody else's heart. It almost hurts just as equally as yours to be hurt. Some of you might even prefer that your heart be broken rather than breaking somebody else's. So you had all this internal conflict about it, but eventually your fear is released and you come to realize that you are the one in control of your situation, and it's your responsibility to cut out the toxic shit in your life, in this case the devil. Saggies, you could have been dealing with a Capricorn here. For some of you, I feel like you are a Sagittarius Capricorn cusper in your zodiac, okay? The person you were in a relationship with, some of your bonds were unhealthy. Don't have me mistaken. You guys had some real love, but you just started to notice that some of the things that you were bonded over were trauma bonds rather than love bonds. So for some of you, you might have had similar life circumstances. Maybe you were raised in multi-parent households or had blended families, or different religions, or things you didn't agree with, or you grew up in poverty. You guys had each separately a lot of hardship in your life, and you were kind of bonded together through that hardship that you suffered, okay? So in your energy, Sag, you started to heal from that. To be quite honest, you started to move on, and for a long time in your partnership, you felt like there was an equal give and take, and you guys were moving on together. But Saggies, at some point, there was a tipping point in the scales, right, where you had done more work than this person, and you had tried to pick them back up with you, and they just wouldn't come. You really did try and fight for this, Sag, but you had to divert that energy back into yourself, because you were on this roll. You were snowballing here like the Wheel of Fortune. Good things were happening in your life. You had a lot of confidence coming into your life. I feel like, so for some of you, your looks were improving. Like you've been growing your hair out or growing out your nails, or you've been like juicing. I'm hearing juicing. Somebody's really changed their diet or exercise regimen. For some of you, you might have been, you guys used to maybe have been bonded to a drug together. Like maybe you guys smoked together, maybe you guys like to go to the bar. That was a big part of your life, and you just started to grow out of that, Sag, and it really broke your heart. This Ten of Swords energy is a mutual energy here shared between you and your partner, but this is mostly you, Sag. Remember how I said that it doesn't bring you any delight to cause others pain? You have had this building in your back, sword after sword after sword, and you tried to stay strong and remain confident throughout, and it was killing you on the inside. You were super conflicted over what to do, but everybody has their limits, okay? So for you, the Ten of Swords was your limit, and once you hit that point, you were just like, I can't go back. The wheel's turning. You already know it's moving. You couldn't go back, but you left your partner here in their feelings because you did give them an opportunity to see that they could rise up to meet you, and they didn't. And what they resorted to because of that is emotional manipulation. This is a person who, when you try and break up, gives you guilt trips for things that you never even knew that they held on to, or really like gaslights you. Read about gaslighting. Some of you really need to read about that, okay? This person would emotionally manipulate you and pull on your heartstrings, and it caused you a lot of pain, and they were only doing it because they could feel you moving forward, and they just wanted to pull you back and keep you, okay? And you did leave the situation, Sag. You had to move on. You're moving on to bigger and brighter things. This was a significant relationship for many of you. You were in this relationship for many years. Some people I'm hearing more than 5, some people up to 8, and we do have the 8 of Cups here. For some of you, you feel like you were really close to your happiness, and that's part of why your internal conflict, continued to rage on for so long without you making that decision. That's why you kept wearing the blindfold. But once this full moon in Sag hit, you really understood why you took your power back in this transformation and everything, because you were close to it, but you were never going to get there. There was always going to be something missing for you, so it was better for you to move forward onto a different path. And unfortunately, that meant leaving this person behind. But don't feel sorry for them, because you led your life by example. You were not preaching. You were not like, come on, let's go to the gym together. Come here, drink your juice. No, you were not doing any of that. You were literally just living your life. And this person, this is the sad part here, and the toxic part about this person is that they saw the choices you had been making were improving your life, and they felt like when you were improving yourself that you were removing yourself from their level, and they wanted to keep you there because they didn't have any desire to change. Really, they didn't see anything wrong with this situation, and you were doing all the work in the situation. They were just getting to sit back and watch, but you were the one leading this. You were taking this as far as it has gotten. You are the one who's bearing all the burden, who's shouldering all the weight of this relationship, and that's something that made you finally make the decision to cut the cord here. Saggies, you're coming up as the Emperor energy. And remember that all energies, every people, regardless of gender, have masculine and feminine energies within them. And right now, you have really excelled. You have surpassed this person and many people in your life by far by choosing to take control of your life. And by choosing to take control of your life, you have put yourself in this energy of the Emperor here, which I love to see. This is a very fiery energy. This is natural for you. This is a good place to be for you. For some of you Saggies, you see how this Emperor is kind of looking to the left. He's kind of veering off to that side, just taking a peek like, did I make the right decision? But then he doesn't hesitate for a minute, because he's looking back here, and I told you these cards wanted to just speak out like it was a full reading, right? We had a repeat card of the Emperor, yes, this is definitely your energy, Sag. And then you've got the 3 and the 2 of Pentacles together making the 5 of Pentacles. You are looking back at this situation and wondering, did I kick this person out in the cold? Like, the things that they were emotionally saying that were manipulating you or making you feel bad for putting them in this situation, Sag, don't. Because as soon as you peek over there, your head goes back straight on track, because you're like, no, I worked really hard to collaborate on this 3 of Pentacles, trying to build together. I contributed so much to this relationship. In fact, I realized I was a pillar in making this work, okay? You were really trying to balance work and life, and you were debating whether or not, like, I put in all this hard work. Should I just keep going? I'm at the 8 of Cups. Do I go on to the 9 of Cups? Or do I need to move on? And for you, what your life required was balance here, okay? You were putting in more into this situation than this person was, so it was out of balance and you needed to relinquish it. The person you left, your ex-partner, Sag, is coming up as the Empress here, because they were very much in a position in your relationship of you took care of them. You took care of them. This is, a lot of times this is the mother energy, but what I feel so strongly is that you almost mothered this person in your relationship. You didn't realize it until after the fact, and it's not like that this was ever your intention, right? However, you housed them, clothed them, like you would go clothes shopping, you would cook them food, you would rub their feet, rub their back, you would love on them, like you gave them the best sex of their life. Like they really wanted to just lay back, and for a lot of them they considered impregnating you at some point because they felt like you were pulling away and they wanted to keep you. And also just because you're so damn sexy here. Like they can't resist you. They can't resist you, but they know that you're too smart for that. But now that you've left this person, Sag, they feel left out in the cold. It's so funny to me to see this mirror here. And I have to tell you that some of your people you were dealing with, they know about twin flames, or at least they know a little bit about mirroring that happens in this sort of relationship, right? So you were coming up here as the 3 and 2 of Pentacles, making the 5 Pentacles, Sag. This person is the 5 of Pentacles trying to receive that. Look even in the cards, how I said if somebody was doing all the work and somebody was sitting on their ass. You're doing all the work here and they're literally just wait. This is like some Oliver Twist, like, more please. Okay, I just had 1111 on my screen too while we were doing this. So that's, again, reflection and mirroring, okay? So this person is feeling like they're left out of the warmth that is your soul. You really are a good provider, Sag. You are so loving. You go above and beyond for people, above and beyond. And whether or not they were a good match for you, okay, guys, whether your soulmate, your twin flame, your divine counterpart, however you want to refer to this relationship, even if it's just, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, whomever, if somebody's not treating you properly, they need to go. You might have soul contracts with people. You might have these connections that you can tell are otherworldly. But if people aren't treating you as an otherworldly being, if people are just taking and taking and taking and taking and taking from you, that's not going to take you where you should be going in your life. That's going to stifle you, hold you back. That would be settling for you. And that's exactly what it looked like to me, Sag. You avoided settling, okay? You recognized that it was time for the wheel to turn and that this had to come to a close. And this person is just devastated. They really, I feel like for some of you, you were in a relationship with this person for many years, and they had talked about, well, my throat chakra. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, this never happened. They don't want me to reveal this to you, okay? This person told you lies. They made you believe that things were going places that they weren't. This was emotional manipulation on their part. They said what they wanted to say. They did what they wanted to do, but they pacified you by telling you that I can't wait to get married this had to have hurt your heart, Sag. I feel very much that a lot of you are past this energy, but some of you are still so conflicted. You're really going over like, some of you might have even felt like this person really did fight for you because they told you over and over again, like, I'll never give up on us. I love us. We're going to have this family one day. They filled your head with, the house, the home, the kids, the backyard, a whole bunch of things, Sag. And, in a manipulative, I'm getting a little narcissism here in an emotionally manipulative fashion. They told you those things, recognizing at least some way early on in your relationship as some part of your relationship that they couldn't provide them to you. But they thought that they saw you were like, so maybe, hey, if I just keep my sidecar attached here to where Sag is going, then I'll wind up there with them too. That's the reason why they came up as the King of Cups energy here, not something like a little lesser than, right? They're manipulating you again, and what they're saying at the end of this relationship, I told you some of them know about the twin flame stuff. Some of them are saying like, and some of them are saying that this to you in the 5D, not just the 3D, but like, how could God be real? Because God brought you into my life, and we had all these plans together, and twin flames are, divine counterparts, soulmates. We're supposed to be together for life and all these things. And they really like took the words and the things that they had learned about this spiritual journey, and manipulated them into making you feel like you were making the wrong decision, or making you at least second guess yourself, right? And look back at it like, ooh, did I don't know, was this my twin flame? Am I dismissing this? Spirit is really making it clear that this person is using their spirituality in a manipulative format. Once they found out this information and started on this journey and things for you, they were using it to keep you as well. A lot of them don't really fully believe it, and that's how can you so quickly turn your back on something if you really did truly believe in it, right? You don't just drop your beliefs and morals like that. So this person with the 5 and the 5 here too, there's a change happening, but it's a lot of manipulation, Sag. They're really just, they want to beg, they want to get you back. And this 10 of Swords energy, they recognize here with the 10s that we have coming out here, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Swords, they really recognize that you have understood how many times they've put a knife in your back. And they're making you feel like you did just as much damage as they did. But even look at how these two people look similar with their shaggy hair, kind of disheveled. And a lot of the people you were with, you contributed more to the relationship, everything, spiritually, emotionally, but I'm also hearing financially. And this person had been manipulating you or somehow benefiting from this relationship in a financial manner that they would not have. Like this person maybe had like car troubles, or my paycheck at work, they didn't give it to me and I have to wait a week and my rent is due, or like some little stuff here or there, or like they were injured at a hospital and couldn't pay a hospital bill, and you really cared for this person, you have your shit under control, so you were like, yeah, I got you, and sometimes you'd offer it up when they'd bring up these conversations, but it was really them just tugging on your heartstrings and using you a little bit here. Unfortunately, they what they're doing right now, the energy that they're in right now is still this 5 of Swords energy. A lot of them are trying to strategize and plot on how to get you back. A lot of these people, remember I said some of you guys might have had a connection to them where they were using drugs. Look at this person's eyes. They're bloodshot or red, like they aren't sleeping. A lot of them, I feel like maybe you just did some light stuff with them. You're like, yeah, I'll have a little drink, smoke a little weed, whatever the case was in your instance. And this person always had to take the party too far. Like they had to, all of a sudden you saw a bag of Coke or like pills that you didn't recognize in the bathroom. And you start to wonder, where is that money going? Like, did his car really break down? What did he need this money for? And this person was really, I don't even want to stay. I don't even like touching the card. I'm sorry. It's like, it's manipulative. It's very low vibrational, and this person is just unwilling to change. They love you. This Lovers card here is not a mutual love between the two of you. And in fact, what this card is here to show, remember we were talking about the mirroring, they're trying to now manipulate the mirroring to your advantage. Now that you're broken up, if some of you are going to have contact from this person, they might try and initiate the contact or try and say something like, I was dreaming about you, or, oh, this weird synchronicity happened to me today. And they're trying to see and feel it out if it happened to you. Because what they're trying to do here is look like you, pretend to experience the same things as you. You see how these are almost mirror images of each other, down to like this red hair and stuff. Like they want to appear like they were that person for you and you made a mistake leaving them. And they understand how spiritual of a person you are. Your faith is strong. Spiritual, not religious. I don't know what that's coming to me for. Spiritual, not religious. But your faith is strong, and this person is really going to try and use your faith against you. Like, why would you think? Like, don't you believe that God? I don't even know. I don't even like having this person's words come out of my mouth, because maybe that's why my throat chakra closed up, because it was not liking what this person says in their own head, or what the false game they try and spit with you. Even look at this faith and this Lovers card on either side here. You see this center gold line here? Do you see how it's so strong here? With the spirit all around it, and then it's so thin here. It's there, yeah, but it's not at its full strength and capacity. But this person is trying to mimic and imitate this and falsely represent themselves as a person strong in their faith or believing in these things in order to attain your love back. And they're trying to come after you here. The Chariot came out again as more confirmation. But for some of you, they're going to try and come back into your life. They will try and come back into your life. And they're just going to try and emotionally manipulate you. And you have free will. You're welcome to do what you want to do. But I can tell you that the facts, I'm hearing you, some of you just need a rundown of the facts, okay? The facts of this situation, this person, you did most of the work in this relationship. This person benefited from this relationship so much more than you did. The scales were not balanced. If you want balance in your life, having this person in your life will not bring you balance. You have multiple messages here of balance. You contributed more. You were more advanced. You were stronger. You were smarter. You were healthier. Okay, you had started to make healthier decisions. You were more ambitious. You were the one who had the plans for the future. This person filled your head with things like, oh yeah, we'll get married, well, let's have the family. And you're like, okay, when? Where do you want to live? What kind of venue would you like for the wedding? How many kids do you want to have? When you're taking and filling in that role in your relationship, it can be, if you're filling in a masculine role, it can be okay if your partner, male or female, is filling in the Empress role. But in this case, this person was not filling in an Empress role. They were just sitting back like with their feet up eating bonbons, Oliver Twist style, like, what you got for me? What you bring me today? Like, let you do all of the work, and that's not okay, all right? Your ending cards here, Sag, the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. I feel like for many of you, this is some past energy here, and what you have made a commitment to yourself, okay? You have grown so strong in your confidence, your Queen of Swords energy. You are moving on with major arcana here with the Chariot. You are the Emperor. You feel very empowered. This full moon in Sagittarius is super empowering. And as a Sagittarius, you naturally are already a very bold, adventurous person. And you're used to leading others. Right now, you're taking a step back and leading yourself. You're finally like, okay, what do I want? Because the doors are all open for me. You've gained your strength back, and I think some of you have told yourself, and I agree with you that this is what you should, and your spirit guides agree with you too, that you will not accept less than what you deserve. You won't take breadcrumbs. I feel like for some of you guys or people you've dated in the past or been involved with have been breadcrumbing you, where they come around every so often and like drop you a line or see if you bite and you are like, I'm not settling for a relationship that is not equally balanced. I'm not settling for someone who is not as committed to a relationship as I am. I am not settling for someone who does not pay the same attention or put in the same amount of effort or have the plans or the foresight or the willingness to, first of all, demonstrate that they have a strong faith in spirituality. That's something that's going to be important to you. That they can hold their own. That they don't live. If you have a car, I'm getting no scrubs. I love it. If you have a car and you're walking, oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. You live at home with your mama, oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. You have a shorty, but you don't show love, oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. Wanna get with me with no money? Oh no, I don't want no. Okay, so you don't want no scrubs, Sagittarius. And what's beautiful, what you don't even see coming, because for some of you, you're turning to charity. I feel like some of you are taking all the stuff from this relationship, putting it in a box and going to drive it to Goodwill because you aren't petty enough. You aren't going to put it in the trash. You're like, somebody can use these ratty old hoodies, or somebody can have this thing that we said we were going to do and never use. And behind you, when you're focusing on your faith and spirituality and your personal growth and your strength, behind you is a cup of love waiting to come in. This is somebody who's coming in with commitment too, okay? This is someone who is gonna match your gangster, I hear, because at the bottom of the deck, let me come over here and show you from these cards, because I told you they wanted to talk. You have the Knight of Wands, the Sun, and the World card. So this is over. You started a brand new chapter. You are chasing the sun. You're chasing your happiness. You're going after what you want, passionate, and your fiery passion is going to be met with watery love and emotion. Okay, Sag? So I'm so excited that, that the cards really wanted to talk for you. I feel like it was a pretty clear and concise message. Make sure, Saggies, that you don't settle for less than you deserve. If you are questioning your worth right now, I want you to understand that you don't know what you don't know. What I mean by that is, how could you be expected to figure out that somebody's playing games with you if somebody has been appearing as something other than what they aren't for so long? When somebody uses what you know against you or tries to imitate or mirror you or trap you, that person is insecure. That person is not confident, and they just have work for themselves to do, okay? They have karmic lessons that they need to learn, Sag. For you, you've learned this karmic lesson. This is done and over with, okay? The Ten of Swords, it's a closed cycle. You are the Emperor. You have control of your life. You are empowered. You have new love coming in. You don't want no scrubs. All right, Saggies? So thank you for continuing on your intuition mission. As you do so, you help raise the vibration of the earth.